So today we're going to be talking about life on the road. I mean, shit, it's stressful enough being your own boss in the truck. You got to get out here and you got to move and get everything going. And you're out here for 3 weeks at a time, and you really get into a groove, and then you get home, and you're super excited to get home, and you get home, and everything is different than what you're used to after the 3 weeks. Um, so that's kind of the topic that we're gonna move into today, and this is our first live, so I'm kind of excited. Hopefully, it brings a few people in here. The other co-hosts I have here is Trav, Brian,
What's going on?
What's up?
John, Paul, and Tim.
Hello, hello.
There might be a few others that jump in a little bit later, and Cody is the other owner of this channel. Skull to all of y'all. I mean, if you could see my mug, but anyway. But yeah, I mean, just recently I've been home for shit, damn near a week and a half now. Yeah, it's been over a week and a half actually. I had a guy run in the back of my truck, as you heard from a previous video, and they finally got it done. I'll be picking the truck up tomorrow, and I'll be moving out on Friday. Um, when I got home, it's like difficult to adjust to being home again, but you have to learn how to flip that switch, which I have a switch in me that once I get home, it's like I don't want to go back out on the road. I flip that switch. But then when I get back in the truck and I get moving, that switch flips back the other way. I just got to get that first 100 miles down the road, and then I'm back into I'm the boss. I'm got to get this truck moving. But since I've been off the road for so long, I'm running pretty low on funds, and I'm starting to get excited to get on the road. How do you guys? I mean, we'll start with you, Trav. Wait, we can't start with you because you just started getting back on the road. So all you can do is from memories from the last time you're on the road. We'll start with you, Tibby. Man, you're out for quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, usually I need at least like a 20 to 30 minutes, at least to shower. So I'm back into dad mode.
Yeah.
But the whole entire time while I'm home, it's basically go, 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 go with having 3 kids. So
Yeah,
no
you get
rest
home,
for the
it's
weekend
it's
when I'm home.
like it's like, oh man, I need to go back on the road to get a rest, but
Yep.
uh but man, you really can't. There's no trade-off for hanging with the kids and the wife, For me, it's
Yep.
dogs. I don't have kids, so it's dogs and wife. But oh, and a cat. Can't forget the cat, although he hides all the time.
I saw him the other day.
Yeah, you did. You've probably seen him a couple of the other days since I've been at home for so long. But anyway, Tim, when you get home, are things out of sorts when you get there? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
when you walk in the
Typically when
house?
I get, yeah, typically I walk in the house and everything's out of sorts. With mother-in-law helping, she likes to reorganize all of her stuff for no reason. So my wife and I reorganize, take a day, clean the whole entire house and reorganize everything again.
Yeah.
So that's typical.
How about you, Brian?
So
I'm gonna move on to Brian here because Brian, he went from being away from home for quite a while to actually coming home and being there like weekly now.
I generally get home on the weekends now. Saturday afternoons to leave Monday morning. So it is different, but my wife pretty well holds down everything at home. If things are out of sort, it's out of sort for me, not them or anybody else. It throws me off more than it does them, I think. But sometimes my wife said when I come home, she has to adjust to me being back at the house. But our kids are mostly grown, so most everything now revolves around grandkids and Papa being home to do this and that. So, but it is a lot different making it home more regular. I think the longest I ever been out was 4 months, and that was pretty rough. But
Yeah, 4 months is rough.
Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do,
I know when I first started trucking, the first, I don't know, 5, 10 years, I was only home like once a quarter. I saw my house probably 4 times a year. But at that time, that was me and when my wife and I first got together and we rode in a truck together. So it wasn't that hard for me. But since my wife got a job with the post office, well, she drove with me, but since she's got a job with the post office, and I swear to God, I am not ever going to be out that long ever again. So Sask wants to join us. I have to try and find his name in this list, which is difficult right now because everything's grayed out. Let's go down here. He should be in the S's, right? What is his name?
I don't think
now?
he changed his name.
What is his name now?
One of the Codys.
One of the Codys, huh? Cody's
The
anal
the fart scientist one. That one.
Yeah.
Is it Cody?
Canals.
Cody's anal specialist?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Let's see if I can bring him in here. I still don't know how to do this, Oh, let's see here.
There's long haul trucking's terminal. Do they got multiple ones, Paulie, or no?
Who? Long haul?
Long haul.
I think they have multiple terminals, but I don't think they have multiple divisions. I think they're all curtain sides, aren't they?
Yeah, Conestoga. Yeah, as far as I know.
Yeah. Paulie, you come home every week too. Is it dramatic when you get home or?
It can only be dramatic for me depending on the kind of mental health week my fiance has had. There's times where I come home and she's reorganized and I don't know where anything is.
Yeah, that could be a pain in the butt. But it's nice when you come home and you see the house clean until you go to look for your impact wrench.
Or you have we have our certain filing system where that stack of papers next to your computer, that's where it goes. But when you get home, where'd it go?
Yeah. Hey, you guys keep talking for real quick. I have a restroom break I need to make. So I'll be back.
Well,
Beer's getting to him already.
well,
Yeah, that beer's catching up with me.
continue on that switch he was talking about. Trav, I wanted to touch on you a little bit. Hey. Being a local driver, that's a different kind of switch, isn't it?
Yeah. I was local for the last 3.5 years, getting back into being over the road full time. Any other job besides when I first got my CDL was all regional. So I was home every weekend. So I always knew where everything was, kind of knew what to plan for, but just in a new stage of life where I'm going out for at least 3 weeks, sometimes shorter, sometimes longer, and cooking out of the truck, because anytime I've been over the road, all I did was eat truck stop food and fast food or Uber Eats, DoorDash, that kind of shit, and that kind of thing. So I just learning new skills of cooking and in the truck with the tips that I've got from guys that have done it as far as appliances go. So yeah, it's quite a bit of transition because like being a local driver for that long, I kind of had a routine going as far as like packing lunches. I still keep a lunchbox next to me just for familiarity of putting snacks and drinks in there for the day. So, yep.
Yeah, I just thought I'd ask you that because, like I asked, it is a different kind of switch when you're local and home every day. Just
Yeah,
like with me
500
being home
miles
every weekend.
local versus 500, 600 miles on the road is different because you're getting into different traffic situations, different time zones and states. You're not going to the same customers all the time. I mean, there might be some familiar places that I'll go to. But right now it's all new to me. So
I got a question for y'all. Does anybody else ever get the feeling when they're going home, like when they get to go home, it feels like getting to go on vacation?
Yes.
You get that excitement of like, oh, it's getting close, like getting to go on that trip that you look forward to going to. You feel the same way about getting to go home?
You know,
I still feel that way on the weekend, getting to go home on the weekend now. It was even more when I was gone all the time.
yeah,
it feels like a vacation, but then it's
Yeah.
like, no, I gotta do the garden. Then I start thinking about, I gotta do the garden, and I gotta do this and that and that. And then when I get home, I do nothing. I do
It is. Yeah, I mean,
nothing.
but it's still different though. It's different than what you do every day.
And then I start feeling guilty because my wife goes to work. She goes to work, and I'm sitting at home twiddling away, getting on Discord and talking to you guys, and playing with the dogs, and then I don't do everything I set out to do. But today I did good. I started cleaning up the living room and stuff like that. So I don't know. I get tired. It's not really tired. It's just I've done so much throughout the last 2 weeks. I get lazy when I get home.
After being somewhat regional and home every weekend for the last 3 years, I think the main thing I do not like is nobody's open on the weekend. So if I need to take my truck somewhere to get it done, I can't. I have to take downtime in the week. Nobody's open on the weekends.
Lee is in here. He joined us. Hey, Lee, I got a question for you. I mean, you just got done with a long stint with being away from home. When you get home, are things out of sorts when you get there and you get kind of confused? Who just left? Interesting.
Trav. No, Trav's there. Who left?
I'm here.
Huh.
Oh,
Well,
John.
Lee.
John left.
I say
Okay.
Lee got camera shy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say so. I don't know. It is kind of weird getting home at first. Just getting used to everything again. Bed feels different, of course, but I don't know. After being home for 1 or 2 days, everything feels normal again.
Oh yeah. It's just
well-
a readjustment that's a issue.
Before I left, I made sure everything was in order. The air conditioner was sealed. The house is winterized, and just trying to set everything up for success before I leave. That way I don't come back to mistakes or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. The more and more I do it, the more and more I get used to it. It was weirder at first, when I first got into over the roading.
Yeah. Shoot, I was gonna ask. I'm having trouble getting Sask in here. Do you know what I can do to get him to come in? Because I don't know how to work the server enough to bring him into this room. He doesn't have access for some reason.
If you were a mod, you'd be able to click and drag him. But
I am a mod.
so yeah, just click if he's up in the main channel, just click on his name and drag him in here.
All right, he's on. Well, he's not writing back now, but he was on YouTube. Let me see what I can do here. Click on his
So yeah,
name
if
and
you get
drag
in there, yep. As long as you got the mod status or admin, whatever you want to call it.
I'm not sure if I have admin. I've been waiting for Cody to give that to me so that we can do this, but that way he doesn't have to be on all the time. Where you at, Sask? It shows he's offline too. So I'll have to tell him to go into the normal Echo channel.
Yep. And then you'll be able to find out from there.
Well, I got 6 people ahead of me still for shower 4, so I'm gonna get some steps in.
Hey,
Steps. You keep
Yeah,
that-
slacker, let's go.
You keep them
Get to
steps
stepping,
going, bro.
teammate.
The more steps you do, the less steps I have to do.
you know, that's another question for you guys. When you get home, does do you ever play over, have Alexa say that shower 4 is ready? That way you just go to the bathroom,
No.
you know?
But I did tell my wife one time she was going to have to start announcing that shower 1 was available for customer number 1.
Here's the streaking beacon.
We only got one person viewing our channel, just so you guys know. I mean, we're pretty popular that way.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
We can only go up from there.
Right? 100%.
Oh, we got some manufactured homes here that are waiting to be hauled.
The modulars?
Some modulars.
So I was thinking about parking at the Mall of America for an hour just to go over to this all-you-could-eat sushi place to try out. What do you guys
Oh.
think?
Do it. An
Yep.
hour
Sushi.
for all you can eat sushi.
Nom nom sushi.
Take pictures.
I've never been to an all-you-could-eat sushi place. I'm afraid they might have to wheelbarrow me out of there.
Oh.
You ever been to an all you can eat crab buffet?
No.
Oh.
Well, let me rephrase that. They did have a bunch of crab legs on the Disney cruise, so
Yeah.
Got all these apps
How many
want my
steps do I
full
need?
screen.
Do I need 10,000 steps? 6,300? Dang it. Driver.
Damn it, driver.
Be
Hey.
walking around this parking lot for an hour. Maybe shower 4 will be ready then. 6 in line.
I'm checking in, so I'm going to mute for a minute.
Mute, quiet. So, yeah, I've been doing this for several years. So, as Lee said, there's a certain level of getting used to it. But when I've been gone for even just a week, and I know I'm lining things up to get home, I get pretty damn excited. How about you guys, man? I mean, I get like super excited.
We just talked about that earlier when you're taking
Yeah.
a pee break,
Yeah.
where it feels like
Yeah.
we're going on vacation, going home.
Not really vacation. I just get excited because I finally get to be a normal human being.
are you saying that us truckers are not normal?
Have you seen truckers out there?
I'm
I'm sure you have.
talking to a couple.
I mean, when they're in their trucker thing, other than Coffee Monster over there, the Mr. Lee, he's like GQ of trucking right there.
Well, I don't know. Going home, it's strange. When I get out here, I really get a rhythm going. I don't want to go home, but I force myself to go home. And then when I'm home, I don't want to get back on the road again. But I gotta force myself to get back on the road, saddle the truck up, and get going again. And
Exactly. I mean, shit. I could have picked my truck up this evening, but I'm not gonna pick it up till tomorrow because I'm like procrastinating leaving till Friday, and I've already been. Friday I'll be home for 2 weeks. You know.
Oh, and I was broke down for that month and a half. Oh, I was going stir crazy.
Oh, I bet you were. And the whole thing is you're sitting there thinking about how much money you're not making. You know.
Well, it's that, and on top of just the kind of person I was raised to be, you know, you're not doing something, go find something to do, you know?
Well, I can find plenty of stuff to do around here. Um, I just don't do it. I am a lazy ass. Actually, I do it, but I do.
You're just
sometimes you
reluctant
gotta
to do it.
you gotta psych yourself up to get off the couch sometimes, and I know the feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, when we were looking at your images when you took your break, Lee, sitting out there in the nice warm weather of Montana, no snow anywhere. That looked
That was nice.
that looked
That was hard to believe.
relaxing.
Don't forget about the carrots.
Oh yeah, them big ass
Right?
carrots.
So I've changed up my diet here in the last 4 days. I started tracking my calories again, and boy, I tell you, it's kind of hard to hit 2,000 calories right now with this low calorie food assembly I've been putting together. So I'm kind of stoked to see if I can keep this up and get down under 200 pounds.
Yeah?
So I'm gonna do my best to hang on to it.
How tall are
Yeah. 6'2".
you? 6'2", okay. I was gonna say you look pretty skinny as it is right now. I don't think you need to get any lower. How do you think you're gonna do on that arm wrestling championship?
I don't know. We'll see. I just hope some guys that are like as rookie as I am show up, so I actually don't have to wrestle somebody that's been doing it for 10 years.
Hey, you should have your wife hold your camera and get some video of that so that I can use some of that for B-roll on some of this stuff. Just because
Sounds good.
Just because
Yeah.
I'm one of those kind of guys that like to take stuff from everybody else instead of doing it myself.
Now, Lee, I've only seen a couple of those, but in my opinion, the main thing you gotta practice is beating them off the line, right?
Right? Yeah.
Like once they ring that bell or whatever, it's bam, you know, sometimes it's just over like that.
Right? Yeah, some of those guys are like, that's their whole strategy is absolute speed. I don't know. I'm there for the fun of it. And I've been training for it, so that's what makes it funner. Is I'm not going to get. I shouldn't get injured. I'm injury proofing myself, so I can just go and have a good time without going to the emergency room.
Yeah, so you're not gonna be like over the top and break your arm in half?
Yeah, exactly. But no, man, going to practice with those guys is, man, it's wild. I learn so much every time. But oh yeah, I drove down a new road I've never driven down before. I went through Custer National Park in the Black Hills this morning. I went east to west and west to east, and man, there's buffalo and mountain goats and everything all along that road.
Well, that sounds
I
like
was just about to ask you, did you get stopped by a herd of buffalo like I did over there?
No. How often do you go through there?
Oh, just random times. You know, me and my routes out everywhere over there.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Usually I go across the Holy Terror Trail behind Keystone, but another driver's telling me, no, take the Custer Highway there. It's a little better. Yeah, it was. It's definitely a lot flatter. A little more scenic too. We'll see what it's like during tourist season, though. Might test my patience too much.
test your patience.
Well, you know, us truckers have plenty of that.
Yeah, we got lots of patience. Lee is the master of patience. I know that.
When they were handing out patients, I got out of line. It was taking too long.
That's good.
Oh, we can see Brian's boobies. Or not Brian's. Trav's.
Not me.
What?
Trav's getting his steps in for my team. Wait, is he on my team?
Yeah, all you truckers out here, get to stepping.
Is he on my
Except for you,
team? I
T-Bone.
can't
You
remember.
want. Yeah, I'm on your team. Me, you, and Thomas, dude.
Heck yeah, man. You're doing it for both me. Well, actually, Thomas is doing pretty good too.
Yep, Thomas is doing good too. See where I'm at. 45. Thomas is at 6,500.
I'm at 23. I'm putting my steps in.
Best you've done all week.
I had better than that yesterday.
I talk shit to my teammates so they can motivate you.
You guys ever come home to a house with new key locks on the door?
Uh-oh.
No, I
That
have
seems a little
not.
suspect.
Not me. But I'm just asking.
Red flag.
Just asking. Asking for a friend.
Now, I got a question for you guys. When you're going home, do you have your significant other or anything? Do they like to make you your favorite meal for when you get home or anything of those sort?
My wife does that often. I can say, I mean, she asks me what I want to eat when I'm on my way home. She goes to the grocery store and gets all the ingredients for it. So, yeah, heck yeah.
Typically, I do the cooking when I go home.
And half of the time
Are
I
you that
want
picky?
something barbecue, so I do the barbecuing. So she'll get the barbecue meats and all that stuff ready for me, and then I just throw them on, and then she does the sides in the house. We like to work together on our cooking.
Oh,
Now, my special woman, she says she will cook me whatever I want. And for the first 5 years, it was yes, yes, yes. Until I asked her to make eggs Benedict, and she just told me to fuck off.
oh, that's great.
Shit, nadays
I
though,
like eggs Benedict, man.
nowadays you can
Oh,
get
it's
a
so good.
packet for the Benedict sauce.
The hollandaise are, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I might have to run that by her. Be
So-
like, hey, baby, I'm coming home. Just look in the cupboard.
So Lee, does your wife give you sardine sandwiches for dinner?
Hold on.
I'm losing self service.
That,
Yeah.
that look he gave me just kind of paused. So is Crete keeping you busy?
Yep, got another pre-plan after I deliver this load. It's going to be a drop and hook instead of a live unload. Pick another load up that needs to go to Indiana. Delivers Friday. First come, first serve, starting at midnight.
And where you at
Look at
now?
that red truck.
What's that?
Where you at now?
I am just outside of Withville off 81, right by 77,
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Virginia.
So you're 7781. That's oh shit. There's a bunch of pilots and TAs in that area.
Yeah, I'm at the Flying Hook.
Okay.
Floppin' J.
Yeah.
Withville. That's it. Withville.
Yep, got to go to Ringgold off the beaten path there and Tyson deliver my first Tyson reefer load. Yep.
I don't see a whole lot of Schaefer over at the Tyson plants. That's weird.
Yeah, we only had a few trailers there in Humboldt, Tennessee. So a lot of them were prime. There was
That
several prime
facility's tight
drivers.
too.
Which one?
The one in Ringgold.
Oh, it is?
It's so
I'll
full.
find out in the
It's
morning.
so full.
I will find out in the morning.
Oh yeah. How long have we been live? 33 minutes? We still got 30 minutes of talking to do.
Getting close to Minneapolis.
You are. You're almost to God's country. You just got to get north of Minneapolis.
I was a little bit ago at St. Cloud.
Not quite. You got to get a little further north than St. Cloud.
So I got a question. When y'all leave home, do you have trouble leaving when it's time to go?
You know what? For me, it's getting harder and harder.
I have to call somebody. Within probably 20 or so minutes of leaving home, I got to call just to preoccupy my mind from leaving home.
You call Jimmy?
I'll call Jimmy or Donnie, or I'll jump in Discord and anything just to preoccupy from
No,
thinking of leaving everybody.
100%. I get it. I mean, that's part of it. Is we gotta flip that switch because I use that.
That helps me flip the switch.
Yeah, I use that as my way of explaining it. Is like there's a switch for being on the road, and you flip it off when you get home, and that switch, it's not an instant change either. It's a gradual move into it.
Right.
And then once I get into the mode of I got to get this load, I got to get there, that I have to switch that in my mind. I am the boss. It's time to go to work, you know?
Right.
And yes,
For me,
same thing.
Go ahead.
I make a phone call.
I typically take a day to get the truck cleaned and organized and put groceries in the fridge. And then, depending on how I feel, I'll either go to bed in the house or go to bed in the truck. And I leave out first thing in the morning when everybody's still asleep. I can't leave late from the house. If not, the moment I step out the door, the kids are crying, my wife's upset.
Yeah,
So-
that takes a while for the wife to get used to it. I don't know how long you've been doing it, Timmy, but my wife and I have been at it for several years. Me and her ran teams, so she knows what I'm going through, but I've been a truck driver ever since we met. And it takes a while to get used to that.
Yeah, I've been driving for 6-7 years now, and my wife's still kind of not really
Yeah.
used to that. She definitely likes it when I'm home because the kids act a lot better and stuff goes a lot smoothly, but
Um,
it is what it is.
over the years, my wife has become more and more supportive, and it's taken a lot of years for that to happen. But I mean, we started out as I was a truck driver right from the beginning, and she actually drove team with me for 5 years. But yeah, even I will be pulling out of the yard in tears. I mean, I'll admit it. I mean, and then once I get to the highway, the switch is flipped, and I've called my truck driver friends, like Brian said, and I start moving, start thinking about the business, start getting it done. It's tough, but,
But it's
you know,
also
Timmy, I
kind of
will
a
never ever sleep in the truck in my yard. Never.
yeah. It's also kind of like a somewhat of a relief because now I can actually get some rest too.
Yeah, right,
Because when
right.
the kids are up, I'm up,
What
and they
about
Yep.
wake up early.
what about you,
Truth.
Brian? There's got to be more to it than just making a phone call.
No, I mean that pretty well is what helps me get back in the groove, and maybe it's a topic for another day, but you know, the little bit of time that we spend at home with our family, we enjoy it to go right back out and get, treated and disliked by probably 85 to 90% of the four wheelers on the road, you know, for what we do. Just the pure uh
That was
what's the
last
word?
week's topic, but yeah, you're right, man. We get out
Just,
here.
I mean,
Unappreciation.
that's
Yeah.
it. The pure unappreciation for, you know, for everything. And it goes back to, you only have it because a driver brought it somewhere for you to buy it.
Yep.
But also goes
You know?
down to the amount of how much are you the boss of your company? You do your business as I mean, once you get in your truck and you flip that switch and you start moving down the road, you know these things are going to happen, and you know how to mitigate that situation. That's becoming the boss, you know.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to be the bigger person.
It is. It is. Especially when people are yelling at you about doing PC when you're
Right.
people are trying to control what you're doing to control your company the way you need it to work.
Right. Especially when you know you're not doing anything illegal.
Right? Right. Trav, you got to be making a big adjustment. How many years has it been since you were a local driver?
Well, I was local for 3.5 years. It was September of 2022 when I went back to being local.
Okay.
And the last time I was local was in 2019, 2020. Driving an hour to work for 12 plus hours.
Yeah, so you were working 12 hours a day running local. So you're pretty much on the road all the time anyway. You get home, you take a shower, you go to bed.
Oh, and if you had anything like a doctor's appointment, a dentist appointment, eye exam, go to the grocery store, you had dinner plans, anything outside of work, and I made it a big point in my life to start going to the gym. And I'm working with Owen on he's actually going to create a map of different Planet Fitnesses with truck parking or overnight parking, whether it's just during the day or not. But even if I would go exercise after working 12, 14 hours, then you're really limited. You're only getting really 6 hours or less at home.
Yeah. Hey, you guys keep talking. I gotta go to the bathroom again because before I started drinking beer, I drank a lot of coffee. So, you know how that is.
Awkward.
Beer and coffee.
Oh yeah.
Coffee and beer.
All right. Keep talking.
Yep. So I'll be cooking breakfast for dinner tonight. It has been decided.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm doing too. I got steak, eggs, and bacon probably tonight.
I just got eggs and bacon. I'm gonna test these the mini air fryer and the mini skillet.
Hold on, Timmy. Don't be telling these people that are watching that we're eating steak. Our fuel prices are high. We can't
You're
afford
right.
steak.
You're right. Be ramen noodles tonight then.
Cereal.
I think I got a couple
And
sugar
bologna.
packets. Oh, I think I found a ketchup
Size
packet.
Hell yeah.
of the My Mini skillet from Walmart,
There you go.
like 20. Yep.
Oh well, yeah, I think I found a can of sardines. Hell yeah.
Mini air fryer.
That's nasty.
I don't even like fucking fish. They're like Lee and eat a whole entire can of sauerkraut.
Hell
Woo.
yeah.
Negative.
Lee, have you ever stunk yourself out?
Yeah, I'm not doing so hot today. I cooked cabbage last night, and I didn't cook it enough. It was a little undercooked, so yeah, undercooked cabbage does not settle well with me right now. So
I'm sure
Can you
those
answer your
sardine
question?
farts hit pretty hard.
they're good. They're harmless.
So I'm gonna go through each of you. What are your guys' routine when you leave the house? Actually, we'll start out with what is your routine when you know you're on your last trip home, when you've emptied out your load, or when you're actually going to your last stop before you go home, and you're on your way home. I'm gonna assume it's about the same for everybody. So, I mean, we don't have to have a long spiel, but like for example, when I'm on my way, when I'm going to my last stop, I'll pack up everything that needs to go in the house when I get home. My last night, usually I don't sleep very much because I'm too excited to get home, type stuff. Everything that I'll pack up, other than my phone and my tablet and probably my Legion Go S, because I need some entertainment. And then I'll always forget, I need to put all my refrigerator stuff in a bag, so I'll get to the driveway and I'll end up sitting in the driveway for 30 minutes packing up my refrigerator, so that all don't go bad. Lee, do you have a big routine that you go through on that?
It's pretty similar, yeah. I definitely sort out my laundry before I get home. I like to inventory my food and kind of get a count and start making a shopping list of everything I need to restock before I get home. So that way, when I do go grocery shopping while I'm home, it's as efficient as possible. I'm not guessing at what I need to restock the truck and wasting a bunch of time. It's just keep it very focused. I stopped going home at 2:00 in the morning. I shut down at 10, 11 o'clock that night. I get a good night's sleep and get home the next morning rested. Because showing up at 2:00 in the morning, I'm waking everybody else up. I wake up tired the next day. It's just not it's not worth it. It took me a couple of years to figure that out, and the wife was totally on board with it. I show up the next morning rested, and everybody's feeling better, and it's just been more successful for us.
Oh, that's great advice right there, because on the same note, I do the same thing depending on my load delivery time. Of course, since I'm a reefer driver, we have a lot of nighttime deliveries. But yeah, it's always best to get home rested, definitely.
Yeah, and then if I can't sleep good enough in the truck, it's great here. Really, I sleep better in the truck than I do at home sometimes, or most times, really. And if it's not comfortable in the truck, why not? That's a problem that needs to be fixed. Make the truck comfortable.
Yeah, definitely. How about you, Paul? I know you're home weekly, but I'm sure you got a routine getting home.
Not really. I just look at the time, and I usually give the fiance a warning of when I'm going to get home. But like on Lee's note, if I'm getting home at 2 in the morning, well, I don't have kids or nothing, but I get home anyways, even if I wake her up or the dogs. Because guess what? I'm
Your
probably
dogs
going
are
to be
your
leaving on
kids.
Sunday. I need to get that reset in.
Yeah. Um. Brian.
Uh, now that I get home every week, I'm kind of on the same lines as him. I actually finally in the last month told my wife, I said, I'm sick of carrying all my stuff from the truck into the house, my pillows, all my clothes and everything else. I said I'm tired of, try feeling like I'm a guest visiting in my own home. So
Yeah.
I had to make some changes. I had to, start buying stuff for the house and I was sick of, just sick of carrying everything in. I just had to double down on everything and make that easier. But now I just literally grab, like my CPAP and maybe a few dirty clothes, and that's about it. I'll get out of the truck and walk in the house and call it done.
You can't have two
Now,
separate CPAPs, or I mean, is there something in the regulation where you have to have that information on one system?
no, you can have to, but I do have the ResMed Air Mini, so it's really not bigger than your hand, and to me, it's just easier to take it back and forth, um, because Prime monitors your CPAP usage, and if 2 days a week I'm not using it, then I have to call Prime. I have to let them know, hey, I did use it. You just have to, you have to look at this machine instead of this machine, and to me, it's just too much trouble. I'd rather just throw it in my backpack and take it inside. Just easier that way.
So if it's in your backpack, you just got one bag you bring back home now.
Yeah, generally, unless I'm taking in, enough dirty clothes,
Yeah.
to wash clothes, but generally I
So
walk out of one end to the other and vice versa.
yeah. Okay. That's kind of what I do, except for when I'm at home for an extended stay, like I am now. I got to bring all my fancy electronics in and stuff like that, but which amounts to about three other bags. But hey,
Yeah,
Trap,
because of what
you've kind of got a unique situation too going on, because like you were at home going to get yourself onboarded with Crete and then get into a truck and then go home and get the rest of your stuff and then go back on the road. How'd that process go?
Well, it was took a little longer than I wanted it to because orientation got delayed. Waiting on drug screen results, and then I had to drive a rental car from Pennsylvania to Ohio to get my truck to find out my new driver code was actually my old driver code from when I worked with the company before, and I was the one to figure that out. And then I brought a load back to Michigan out of Ohio that delivered Monday, and I spent all day Sunday because I got home. I got to where I parked Saturday afternoon to wait to get picked up for my dad after work. So my parents are helping me out for a little bit, however long that is, till I figure out what's next for me in life, as far as where I'm gonna move to, and then I spent all day Sunday running back and forth with all the appliances and doing laundry, getting groceries, getting the freezer set up, getting that. Yeah, it's like moving in all over again, you know. And they told us for orientation, bring limited items, and I feel like I still overpacked because I haven't been over the road to know like what a day bag is. And even though that you had access to Walmarts in the area, I still had a bunch of stuff at the house waiting for me from Walmart.
Okay.
So
And
yeah, it was
you've
kind of
got packages still going to
long
your
process.
house, like one from me, right?
Yep. Yep. Good old Garmin waiting for me. The end of April, I'll see it.
Timmy, do you got a process other than sleeping in your truck while you're parked in your driveway?
So I don't really sleep in the truck when I get home, but it depends where I'm coming at throughout the country. Sorry, I'm like trying to look for something. If I'm north of Springfield, then I'll drop the trailer off at a tank wash and then just bobtail home. But if I'm at Springfield, then I'll just drop the truck off at Springfield, grab all my stuff that I need, like my bedding and laptop, and I drive home from there.
Yeah. And then Lee, when you're leaving the house, that's got to be a whole different process, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Something I figured out too was I got a shore power put in this truck. So when I'm in the driveway, I can leave my truck plugged in so I don't have to turn my fridge off. So it's easier to restock my fridge and everything the day before without draining my batteries. And then I had my fan assemblies to keep the cab cool or heated in the wintertime so nothing freezes. And I just make it easier to where it's just as soon as I finish having coffee with the wife, boom, I'm in the truck rolling. So
So do you go to Walmart and Costco and all that stuff the day before and gather all that stuff, or do you order online and have them bring it out to you?
I go there, or yeah. And if it's too much of a hassle while I'm home, I just do it while I'm on the road, swing into a store and grab everything I need to. So I try to stay flexible.
Those quick trips with a K are great for that.
Yeah, I heard about those. You Midwesterners are living high on the hog over there.
How about you, Brian? You got a process when you leave the house, or do you just say, "Hey, woman, bring me to the truck"?
No, actually, because I leave on Monday mornings, I normally just get a ride with my son, and he takes and drops me at the truck right there 4 miles down the road from the house, and I get in and go make my delivery in Jacksonville.
Do you got a bunch of grocery bags that you bring to your truck so that you can stock up your fridge and make things go?
You know what? Probably should, but I haven't for the past several weeks. I actually did a Walmart order and had them delivered to me at the truck stop the other day. So that's really convenient too.
Yeah. Was it Walmart Plus or?
Yep.
Okay.
Walmart Plus, and I had them delivered to the Petro there in Mebane, North Carolina.
Meb.
Okay, brought it right to my door, right at the truck.
I keep going there, and you guys are never there. He keeps talking about it, but I go there, and it's like, where is there? I did run into Al there once, but
Okay.
I didn't. I've been like looking for you and Jason, but you guys are never there
You
when
gotta let
I'm
me
there.
know in advance. Let me know in advance, and I may be. Because like I'm in Mebane, I'm in the Mebane distribution center at Walmart now, so I'm leaving here and going to Lewiston, so I got to go right past the Petro. But if you were there, I'd stop by and say hey. But
Looking at the freight rates, I got a feeling I'll be going to Florida with my next load. Um, Trav, you haven't worked into a system, but do you have something worked out? Or are you going to talk to Chat GPT and ask them to straighten stuff out for you to make things work?
What do you mean make things work as far as how my truck's set up?
When you get home, I mean, are you going to have a system or are you just going to grab things and go?
Yeah, I think I'll take a day to like decompress and get laundry and stuff, and then probably the day before, because they advise us to make sure our fridges are cleaned out, freezers, take with us any food that's left in the truck, bring with us so it doesn't go bad if you're home for a few days, and then make sure the battery switch is cut off so we're not draining the battery. And like I did before I came out here the night before, I actually turned it back on and stocked my fridge and freezer up, made sure I got it up down to temp for stuff I needed for the freezer, and that's probably what I'll do. So I just have some things that I need to be home for in the coming months. So then once after July, I'll probably stay out for a couple months just to make some more money.
Yeah. That's what it's all about being out here, is making that money. So one last question, and this is probably a I don't know, taboo type question, but is there anything you dread when you get to go home? I mean, when you're finally getting home? Something that just kind of makes you anxious to go home for.
Mowing the yard or any type of like house maintenance I need to do.
Yeah, like, the siding falling off the house.
Siding off the house.
I got that. I
plumbing
got that
issues,
problem. I got to keep working on. But
pest control.
well, I got cat. I got a cat that takes care of that problem.
Yeah. I mean, it's,
The only thing I really dread if I know I got something we got to do with her family when we get home, it's I just want to stay home.
You make a good point there, Paul. I'm away from home so much. I just love being at home.
And then see my friends, they all know. Oh, Paul T-Bone's home. Well, if we're gonna hang out with him, we're going to his house. He's not leaving.
Yeah, I now that it's warming up, I'm pretty sure you're gonna see some fires in my pit. And if you want to hang out with me, that's where I'm gonna be, is sitting around my fire, around the fire pit.
And Sass messaged me like an hour ago saying, "Tell Paulie I can't join." I said, "Dang it, I just saw this."
Yeah, I've been trying to get him in. Me and Cody got to sit down and get the right settings so that I can do things like that. Sorry, Sask. We got 2 people viewing our thing. I'm pretty sure he's one of them. Sask, I'll get you in next time, man. I apologize. I don't think I have the permissions to do that. So, me and Cody will sit down and figure that one out.
Time for me to get loaded. Catch you guys later.
All right, man.
See ya.
On.
It's been an hour, so we're probably going to shut this one down and move over to the echo chamber for, just BSing around. But
Yeah, we didn't eat no Cody.
yeah, I know. We got 5 people in here without Cody, right? That's pretty good. Nobody even changed their name to Cody something rather.
I was going back to Cody's height.
But anyway, it's been real with you guys, man. It's been a good conversation. I'm full of
Yeah, good job hosting today, Paulie.
Huh?
I
Good
say good job hosting today.
Yeah, well, I did
Just
what I
next time,
could.
put a cork in it.
A court? Oh, you're saying I talk too much.
No, the other one.
Oh, yeah, I'm going pee too many times because I got up to go pee twice.
I got to find on in it.
Twice an hour. I think I did pretty good
You're a
with
trucker. You don't get
with the
bathroom
2.5
breaks.
pots of coffee that I drank this morning and 3 beers. I think I'm at 3 beers. Yep, 3
Well,
beers.
I'm getting a phone call, but it's been fun. Have a good day, everyone.
Yep, see you guys.
Later.
It's been real. I'm going to end the stream right now.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. See you in Echo.
All right.